Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something incredibly important for all of us, especially if you're in your golden years or caring for someone who is. Have you ever felt something just a little off in your body and brushed it aside? Maybe a bit of tiredness, or a small ache you thought was nothing. It's a feeling many of us ignore, thinking it's just part of getting older. But here's the truth, sometimes, those quiet, almost invisible signals your body sends are actually its way of warning you before a serious emergency happens. And if you miss them, the consequences can be life-changing, or even life-threatening. In this video, we're going to explore those silent signals, the subtle signs that something's wrong, and why they matter so much. We'll talk about what to watch for, how to understand these messages, and most importantly, what to do if you notice them. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be more aware, more prepared, and more confident in listening to your body's quiet warnings. Let's get started. Our bodies are incredible at communicating with us. But sometimes, the messages come in whispers instead of shouts. Especially as we get older, these whispers, the silent signals, can be easy to overlook or misunderstand. Think about it. When you hear the word emergency, most people picture sudden, dramatic events. But many serious health problems don't start with fireworks. They start quietly, with small changes that don't feel urgent right away. For example, a heart attack might begin with a little discomfort or a strange feeling of tiredness. A stroke can start with mild dizziness or a numb finger. Even infections might first cause a slight confusion or chill. These signals are your body's early warning system. They give you a chance to act before things get worse. Unfortunately, many older adults dismiss these signs as just part of aging. But that's a risky mindset. Ignoring these early signals can delay getting the right help. And in emergencies, every minute counts. By learning to recognize these subtle signals, you give yourself a huge advantage. You're not just reacting to a crisis, you're spotting it early and taking control. That can mean the difference between a quick recovery and a serious health setback. So in this video, I want you to start trusting your body's whispers. Listen closely. Because your body is trying to tell you something important, and knowing what it's saying could save your life. Let's break down some of the most important silent signals your body might send before an emergency. These signs can be subtle, but recognizing them early is key. 1. Unusual fatigue or weakness. Have you ever suddenly felt more tired than usual, like your energy just drained away for no clear reason? This kind of unexplained fatigue or weakness is often one of the first signs your body is struggling. It could mean your heart isn't pumping blood effectively. Or it could be a sign of anemia, infection, or another underlying problem. For older adults, this fatigue might show up as difficulty climbing stairs, or even trouble getting out of a chair. Take the story of Maria, age 69. She kept pushing through her day despite feeling unusually weak. One morning, she realized she could barely finish her breakfast. That unusual fatigue was her heart asking for help. And she got treatment just in time. If you notice a sudden change in your usual energy levels, don't ignore it. Your body is trying to tell you something. 2. Shortness of breath or mild chest discomfort. When you think of a heart attack, you might imagine severe chest pain. But often, the first signs are much more subtle. You might feel like you can't take a full breath, or notice a mild pressure in your chest. Sometimes, it feels like you've walked up a hill, even if you're sitting still. Women and older adults especially may not experience classic crushing pain. Instead, they might feel discomfort in their back, neck, or stomach. Remember James, age 75. He felt a tightness in his chest but thought it was just indigestion. When he started getting short of breath, he finally called for help. Acting early saved his heart muscle from serious damage. If you feel breathless or have any chest discomfort that doesn't go away quickly, treat it seriously. 3. Dizziness or lightheadedness. Feeling dizzy or lightheaded can come from many causes: dehydration, low blood pressure, or heart problems. But sudden dizziness, especially if it comes with weakness or confusion, could be a sign of something serious like a stroke or heart trouble. For example, Elaine, age 72, felt a sudden wave of dizziness while cooking. She sat down, but the feeling didn't go away. She called her doctor, who found she was at risk of a stroke. Early action meant she avoided a major event. If you feel dizzy unexpectedly, especially with other symptoms, don't brush it off. 4. Persistent or unexplained nausea. Nausea isn't always about what you ate. Sometimes it's a silent warning sign of a heart problem or infection. Seniors often dismiss mild nausea, but if it's persistent and unexplained, it's worth paying attention to. For example, nausea accompanied by sweating or mild chest discomfort can indicate a heart attack. Keep in mind Frank's story. He felt queasy for a few hours but didn't think much of it until his daughter insisted he see a doctor. It turned out to be an early heart attack, caught just in time. 5. Unusual sweating or cold clammy skin. Breaking out in a cold sweat or feeling clammy without an obvious reason can be a red flag. This happens when your body is under stress, like during a heart attack or severe infection. It might feel like a sudden cold rush or cold skin, even when you're not hot. If you notice this symptom along with other silent signals, it's time to get help. Changes in vision or speech. Sudden changes in your vision, like blurriness or seeing double, or difficulty speaking clearly can be early signs of a stroke or neurological problem. If this happens, act immediately. These symptoms are urgent and require emergency attention. 7. Sudden weakness or numbness on one side. One of the most classic silent signals of stroke is sudden weakness or numbness, especially on one side of the body. It might affect your arm, leg, or face. If you experience this, don't wait. Call emergency services right away. Quick treatment can prevent permanent damage. These silent signals are your body's way of waving a red flag before things get worse. Recognizing them early puts you in the driver's seat of your health. So, you've noticed one or more of these silent signals. What now? The most important thing is to stay calm. Panicking can make the situation worse. Take a deep breath and listen closely to your body. First, try to assess your symptoms carefully. Ask yourself, how long have I been feeling this way? Are the symptoms getting worse or staying the same? Do I have any other symptoms like chest discomfort, shortness of breath, or sudden weakness? Even if you're not 100% sure, it's always better to err on the side of caution. Don't tell yourself it's nothing, just because the signs are mild. Next, call emergency services immediately if you experience any of these silent signals, especially if they don't improve quickly or come on suddenly. If you live alone, keep your phone nearby at all times. If you're unable to speak clearly, many phones now have emergency call features that can be activated with a few taps or even from the lock screen. Remember, you are your best advocate. Describe your symptoms as clearly as you can to the dispatcher or medical professional. Don't downplay what you're feeling, even if it seems small. If the symptoms are mild but persistent, don't hesitate to contact your doctor for advice. It's better to get checked early than to wait until the situation becomes critical. Avoid trying to drive yourself to the hospital if you suspect a serious emergency. Call for help instead. Emergency responders are trained to provide life-saving care on the way to the hospital and can get you the right treatment faster. Finally, don't feel embarrassed or worried about overreacting. Medical professionals would rather respond to a false alarm than miss a chance to save your life. Preparation is key when it comes to responding to any emergency. You can't always predict when a silent signal will appear, but you can be ready to act. Start by keeping a simple emergency plan. This can be as easy as having a list of important phone numbers written down or saved in your phone. Your doctor, a trusted family member, a neighbor, and emergency services. Make sure your phone is always within easy reach, especially when you're resting or alone. Many smartphones have emergency features you can activate without unlocking the phone. Take a moment to learn how those work. It could be a lifesaver. If you take medications, keep a current list handy. Include names, dosages, and any allergies. Share this information with family or caregivers so they can help if needed. Consider keeping a few emergency supplies accessible. It's also helpful to let close friends or family know about the silent signals you're watching. That way, if you notice something off and feel unsure, they can help you decide what to do next. Lastly, don't hesitate to reach out to help. Staying connected with a support system makes it easier to respond quickly and confidently when something feels wrong. Being prepared isn't just about physical readiness. It's about peace of mind. Knowing that your body sends a warning. Thank you for watching and taking this time to learn about your body's silent signals. Remember, these subtle warnings are not to be ignored or dismissed as just getting older. They are your body's way of asking for your attention, and by listening closely, you can protect yourself and those you love. If you take away one thing from this video, let it be this: trust yourself. Trust the small changes you notice. Don't wait for a dramatic emergency to act. Early recognition and quick response save lives. Please share this video with someone you care about. a friend, family member, or neighbor. We all benefit when we know how to spot these silent signals. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future content dedicated to your health and well-being. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, your body is speaking. Are you ready to listen? See you in the next video.